Sarvebhyo Namo Namaha. I welcome everybody for today's session. And this is part 2 of our IAST series. Humble request is those who have joined directly from this video, I recommend them to please go through part 1 and thereafter connect with this video. The link of the part 1 is already been mentioned in our description. So please go into the serial. That's my humble request. And now coming again, I think so last video, part 1, 45 minutes was quite a lengthy one. But anyway, the topic required that much of time. You all can understand the necessity of topic to go into the depth of it. And now moving towards the further thing, as we had earlier seen that the total alphabetical chain in Sanskrit has been divided or any other language, but basically now we are talking only as far as Sanskrit as a language is concerned. So the alphabetical chain are divided into two major parts. One is a vowel and another one is the consonants. So vowel and consonants form the alphabetical chain. As we were going through, we saw that the vowel, and for the vowel, there is one sutra, or rather a formula, or what we say a rule, that those alphabets which are complete by itself, yes, independent by itself, are coming under the category of vowels, that is swaraha. Thereafter, we saw the another category, the initial part of it, and the phonetics. We are here to understand the phonetics with the help of IAST script. That is IAST script. Once again, I repeat, it is the romanization of Devanagari alphabets. Under the Devanagari alphabets, there are languages like Sanskrit, Hindi, Prakrit, Marathi, Konkani, and Nepali are the languages. They have total script is Devanagari. So as far as Sanskritam is concerned, we are considering the alphabets that are there in Sanskritam, not in Hindi, not in Marathi or any other language. So only as far as Sanskritam are concerned. So here I want to make it clear that some alphabets are there in Sanskrit which are not there in other languages, and whereas there are other languages who have some alphabets which are not there in Sanskrit. So going ahead, the second part was the consonants. Consonant, as we saw, that k, k, g, g, all those consonants are half. Means, in other words, they are unable to be pronouns and they are not complete by itself. So they come under the category of consonants. But when they are complete by itself, they come under the category of vowel. So vowels are the alphabet which has an independence, which are independent by itself. So here, regarding consonants, we had seen, let us check it out some more, this chart once again. This chart is here in Devanagari, written in Devanagari. There are basically 5 categories that they are divided into, and there are 2 more. But let us understand the 5 categories and what are the alphabets coming into that. So here we are with our IST chart. It will be in this format. That is K, K, G, G. And the red alphabet is what we call it Anunasika. Anunasika means it is a slight nasal phonetic sound. Slight nasal sound. But these are related to the nasal sound are affected according to the alphabet that it follows. Find that we go into the depth in our 10-day session because it does take a lot of time. Here we need to understand the sound, the phonetics of IAST script. So going once again towards the screen, is, let us go. Here we are. They are Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga. The first category comes under Ka Vargaha. Ka Vargaha means the first alphabet is Ka. That's the reason it is called Ka Vargaha. Vargaha means class. So it comes under Ka class. Second, it comes under Cha, Cha Varga because it starts with Cha. So it is called Cha Vargaha. Cha Vargaha because Cha class. The first alphabet is Cha. Ta Varga because the first alphabet is Ta. Accordingly, Ta, 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 Pa, Ya, Sa. These are the set of this alphabet which we have done it quite in details in our earlier session. So, without wasting much of the time, let us go ahead with what is next. Now, as I said, the consonant alphabets are half. They are not complete by itself. To make it soundable or pronounceable, to make us a right sound, the half alphabet has to be attached. Regarding this, I do give a beautiful example during our 10-day session. But here, cutting it short, when that alphabet is attached with a vowel, because vowel is complete by itself. So with a vowel when it is attached, it becomes complete by itself. Am I clear? Okay, I will share with one of the examples. This was an incident. Say for example, not example. I'm a two-wheeler. I love two-wheelers, and earlier also I had many type of two-wheelers, starting from bullet and everything. So I am yet very much fascinated by two-wheelers. So once I was going on a highway, on a motorway, on my two-wheeler, that was my bullet bike, which was quite heavy and okay, I love to drive a bullet. So I was driving, safely driving with all my helmet and everything. So taking proper care, I was driving, enjoying my ride. I am not to prove anybody, but so I was riding at a right speed. Suddenly, a car which lost its control and it dashed into me. And I had an accident, a severe accident. My foot was trapped into the bike. Somehow the people around, they helped me out. They took me to the nearest hospital. There the doctors, they cleared out my wound and everything. And after clearing the wound, they took the x-ray and they said, gentlemen, your foot is been fractured. So I said, what next? They said the fracture is such severe that we need to apply an hard plaster. There are many type of plasters, soft plasters, semi-soft plaster, then hard plaster. Hard plaster are something, like POP. It is like a cement wall around the leg. So to keep it stiff and it does not move inside. So they applied me that hard plaster, gave me some antibiotics and said, okay, now you can go. As I was leaving the room, it was quite difficult. Number one, it was paining a lot. Secondly, with the plaster around my foot, I was unable to walk proper. So I was holding the wall around, some cupboard around, door, and I came towards the door. I started holding the door and trying to walk out, but I was unable to, very frankly. At the same time, there were two young people. One was a 14-year-old boy, and another one was 24-year-old, good built youth, standing, and they both saw me coming and struggling out of the ward, or rather that I would say surgery. So they saw me, and they were actually sitting in a waiting area. There are waiting area, and there are many other people who were sitting there. But only these two had an eye-to-eye contact, and both came running towards me to help me. So with the simple logic, because I was having a problem in walking, I took the help of the young person. I took his help and I started moving out with his support. As soon as I started moving, first, all the people sitting around were looking at me and having the sympathy that he is having a fractured leg and a hard plaster and unable to walk. And after that, I took the support of the young guy, the young boy, and I started moving out. Everybody started looking at the young person. So, and with his help, I started moving out. So, actually speaking, what we are into, this all alphabets are half. If you observe, as earlier, as in Devanagari, you can see there is a stroke below every alphabet. Like Ka has a stroke below, Ka has a stroke below. In other words, they are half by itself. So they are half alphabets. So these were the half alphabets. So to pronounce the half alphabets, like I took the support of the youth who is complete independent, I have to take the support of vowels because vowels are complete by itself. Am I right? They are complete by itself. So I have to take the support of vowel to consonant to make the consonant complete means pronounceable. Then only I will be able to pronounce those alphabets. Otherwise, by itself, okay, we said ka, kha, ga, ga, but that was just an adjustment because I wanted to convince that this is the way it is written and what is the alphabet it is written. But when it comes to the right pronunciation of a complete alphabet, it is not possible without the help of swara. That is exactly what I am telling you. Fractured Arjun. All the consonants are fractured Arjun. So to make Arjun walk, I had to take the support of somebody who is independent, who is strong enough to take my burden, and that is vowels. Okay, so with that example in mind, let us go ahead and understand each and every slide one by one. For example, over here we take the example of the first alphabet. The same rule applies to all others as well. But here I am going to consider only one alphabet, and that is K. As we said K, but actually this is half. So as it is a half, we cannot pronounce K. We cannot pronounce K. You can see it is half by itself. It is half. All the alphabets are half. So I cannot pronounce by itself. So to make it pronounceable, I have to add what we call it the vowel. So in the first case, like K, when I add A, which was a vowel. So if when I adding K with K, became K. What it became? It became now the sound is complete and unique, and that is a complete alphabet. Even in Devanagari, you see that the stroke below that has gone away. Similarly, after you write Ka, this is pronounced as Ka. It is not pronounced as Ka. So for Ka, we are going to pronounce it as Ka. So Ka, when it is attached with A, it becomes Ka. So here it was K, which after the K is attached with, taken the support of that young person with support, he has taken the support of A, the longer one, A. So A, when it took the support of A, it became ka. This is now ka over here. So going ahead with another one is, this is ka hai. I will just change my position now. So ka. So with ka, now we are going to ki. This is short one. Ki. How it is pronounced? K-I, ki. Now the longer one. So K, I, and a overline over it. Now the dot will go away. I originally has a dot over I because it is in smaller case. So all the alphabets in IAST, as I earlier said, are in the lower cases. Okay, none of them are in uppercase. So lowercase I has a natural dot over it. So K, I. Now when it is going on to become a dirgha, means long one, it will become ki. So here we see the dot has disappeared and there is a overline. So as a result, K and overline. Now the sound, now the phonetics of this alphabet is ki. Is ki. Am I clear? Am I clear with everybody? Now, going ahead, ka, ka, ki, ki, ku. Short one, ku, ki, ku. So here it is short one, ku. Ku, cool. When we say cool, so it is in English when we say cool, so it is double O. That is how we have to extend. But over here, it is U and an overline above U. Makes this as a ku. So earlier one was ku and now it is ku. Thereafter, ru. So ka attached with ru, short one, ru, has become kuru. Especially K, R and an underdot. So K, R and an underdot is sound. The pronunciation is kuru, like Krishna. It is not Krishna. It is not Krishna. Krishna is not a Sanskrit word at all. So it is Krishna. Krishna. Kuru. Krishna. Similarly, going ahead is now when it is attached with A. A. That is E. So K and E becomes key. Yes. We add Y in English. So that is key. Lock key. Okay. Your key. So that is how key has been formed. And thereafter the key, K. This is K actually. Now K, Kai. Kai. K, Kai. So it is not key actually. I am sorry for that. And it is not pronounced as key. It is pronounced as K. Okay. So K and Kai. It becomes Kai. Kai. Ka-I. Kai. Ka-I. Kai. Am I clear? I am sorry for the mistake once again. So it is K, Kai. After that, when it is attached, the K is attached with O, it becomes O. And when that K is attached with AU together, AU was forming out, out. So here with K, it becomes cow. Similarly, it happens to be instead of ka, it is the. So it will become thou, the and ow. So thou, thou. Similarly, cow. So ka, kha, ga, ga, all alphabets have the same thing. And thereafter, the final one is come, come. Lips are closed down. They are shut down. Come, kaha, come, kaha. This gives you the formation of what we call it as Barakhadi. They are known as this particular format of applying various forms of swara, means vowels, into and a consonant gives you Barakhadi. So as we saw, there were a number of consonants. So with each consonant, if you add, like for example, after k, it is k. So k and a, when you add it, it becomes k. Similarly, if you add a, that is a overline, so it will become kha. K, kha, ki, ki, ku, ku, kru. There are no words for such. So kru, kre, cry, crow, uh, crow, crumb, crah. These are the category. So Dirgha will have little bit of difficulty into your phonetics, but you have to master it. So here we are here with understanding what is the IAST representing the pronunciations. There is one more interesting part after this. Allow me to share the screen for that, and that is O. Now, what we see in this Devanagari is the spelling of this particular O. We come across this O very often, but this is actually written in Brahmi language or Gupta language and Brahmi language, which is original Sanskrit, this thing, before Devanagari came into existence. Devanagari came into existence, it started entering our this thing, language script. It started entering 7th century BC, before Christ. And it went on developing till 11th century AD. Yeah. It went on developing, and there were some changes in the alphabets. What are alphabets again? The writing script alphabets. Okay, so not in the sound of it, but the alphabets had a change according to the convenience purpose. So Devanagari I am talking about, not about IAST or rather Romanization. I am not talking about Roman alphabets. I am talking about Devanagari. So they did have a transition in between. So ultimately, by end of 11th century, it was completely designed the Devanagari what we are using it today. So here, instead of creating various other type of sound alphabet, because what are alphabets? They are the symbolization of the sound, of the phonetics, of the sound. The symbolization or symbolizing a sound is alphabet. In English, it can be ABCD, or in Sanskrit, it can be Devanagari, A, E, E, along with consonants. There is Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, and Ka, Ka, Ki, Ki. So there are variations. So with that variation, this Parakadi came into the picture, where Parakadi came into the picture with the knowledge of only set of few alphabets. You can have a variation of the sound. Okay, so that's how this alphabet formation was done. So going ahead with this thing is, the interesting part about O is, here you find it, it is the in Devanagari, what it is written, it is number 3. So when we write it in IAST, it is O, number 3 and M. O, number 3 and M. So O is independent. It doesn't have a. Why? Because it is vowel by itself. O is a vowel. So O, number 3. So Sanskrit was the first language of the world which had alphanumeric alphabets. Alphabet as well as number together. There is one more language, and that is Russian language, which has numbers also in alphabets. So they form a set of those things, they form a word. So like here, and ma at the end. So ma at the end means half ma. So it is like anuswar, it is to be pronounced as m. So how it is pronounced? O 3 times longer. Om. When it is 3, means you have to extend the sound of O by 3 breaths. Om. 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 Am I clear? That's all. Now, this has a category and that is called flute, and it is applied only and only to the vowels. When number 3 is applied, no number 4, no number 5 is used. It is used to number 3 and that is attached only with the vowel. So here we are with what we call it O. Now, after that, there is one more that is there for which we call it avagraha. This is something like, S, sort of S in Devanagari. But what does this mean? It is represented in IAST as apostrophe. We write na? Arjun's son. So Arjun apostrophe S. So that apostrophe is being marked by this avagraha. What this avagraha actually does? Okay, let us check it out. With this avagraha, for example, there is a word like kopi. Ko is after ko. Here you will find after ko, there is this avagraha. Like in IST, K-O and as an apostrophe. Means when there is one apostrophe over here, means this is to be extended by one breath. O-P. O-P. O-P means any. Okay, any. A-N-Y, any. So O-P. So O-P. O. Because of this, you are extending this O a bit. So O-P. This is very oftenly you will find this type of avagrahas, and there are a couple of them more, that you will find it in stotra. Whenever there is stotra, you have to sometimes extend the sound of a particular alphabet. Because why there are such things happening? Because it has a base of vibration, and we are very much aware about the vibration, because in South Indian temples we see there are a set of people who continuously they are chanting various stotras, a group of people chanting the same stotra loudly, and as a result you find there is a beautiful vibration, a positive vibration going around. So why? Because of that sound variation. There is a sound variation. So actually speaking, if you go into the depth, Sanskrit is not only simple language, it is more a musical language as well. So I always say Sanskritam ati sarala. Means it is very straightforward. Sanskritam ati madhuram. It is sweet as well. It is really very sweet. And let us experience that after we understand what is it. So here it is avagraha. It is called avagraha, means sort of apostrophe. Shall we go ahead with what we call it word formation? Right? We should now undertake what is word formation. How are we going to form a word? So to take you to that journey, let me go ahead with another slide where the word is Ram. Ram. Ram is the word in Devanagari written this way, and in IAST it is written R-A/M-A. Let us analyze why it is written in such a way. Here it is Ramaha in Sanskrit. Ram is the word. By name, you can say it is a name, and as it is a masculine name, it has a visarga, means double dot, that we saw earlier in swaraha, in vowels. That last alphabet that we saw was double dot. So when it is attached with ma, that double dot, it is written as H under dot. This double dot is represented by H under dot. So it is Ramaha. How you pronounce it? Ramaha. Ha, 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 ha. So Ramaha. That is how you pronounce. So going ahead, let us analyze how this Ramaha has been derived. So with this, we are going ahead with the formation like Rama. Rama. If we closely observe Rama, it will become R, half R that was there. That is R, R. When R is attached with A overstroke, it becomes Ra. This together becomes Ra. And M is half M. Is the sound. So half M, when it is attached with A, that is it becomes M. Now half with this vowel, it has become M. So accordingly, M, when it is attached with the vowel, that is is the vowel, it became M. And similarly, the Visarga is represented by H underscore. H underscore. So going ahead, let us understand what is the formation of, say, R. Here we have gone into the depth. R, half R, and R gave you Ra, M, and gave you M, and H gave you, this is semicolon, that is H underscore, under dot, gave you Rama. Rama. It is not Rama. It is Rama is something wrongly we are pronouncing. It is not Rama, it is Rama. Rama. Am I clear? Taking another example like Ganesh. Ganesh. It is not Ganesha. It is Ganesh. How? Let us check up with this. Like Ganesha is the word, because Ganesh is a masculine word, and so Ganesha becomes the Sanskrit pronunciation. Ganesha. You should have masculine name, should have a visarga at the end. In some cases, it does not have it. We will check it out later. Okay, not in this video, but in our 10 days workshop, we will come across when it is applied and when not it is applied. So here, this visarga is being represented by H under dot. Going ahead, let us analyze this thing. So let me directly jump to the right coupling of the whole thing, like the. How this ga came? How this ga came? G-A, ga. Ga came with half ga and became ga. It is not ga, it is ga. And anunasika, if you have observed anunasika, half na, that was there. You can refer our first video for the details of it. So half this anunasika, that is half na, when it is attached with e, it became ne, the ne. So n under dot e, n under dot e became ne. Similarly, sh. So s, acute, I would put it acute accent over it, and a attached becomes sh. So Ganesh, it is not Ganesha, Ganesh, and thereafter the double dot is represented by H under dot. It is her under dot, H under dot. Am I clear? Am I clear? I think so. I have been much more clear as far as possible. So, do you all have any difficulty to understand? Now with this, I need to end this video over here, and the third part will give you the details of sentence formation. There we are again going to consider directly the sentences in IAST, and when you read that sentences, it will be the sound or the language that is heard will be Samskruta, because it is transliteration. So this is not translation, it is transliteration. So please, once more, I request everybody to be connected. The link of all the three videos are mentioned in the description. Please go through it. Thereafter, there is a WhatsApp number which will be mentioned in our description. Those who have any difficulty can send me the message. And definitely, if it is sensible message, I will definitely respond. And if it is something criticism, how can I oppose criticism against me? So please let us go ahead with our studies. And I insist, after knowing this, do have some time. Now you have, as you have got yourself involved mentally also. Those who are watching this after watching of part one means you all have decided, no, I want to learn Sanskrit. Don't worry. In a simple way, in the way you understand, Vedshala Gurukulam will teach you. Have the confidence. And what we are teaching at initial stage, we have to master spoken Sanskrita, communicational Sanskrita, not to go into the depth of grammar of Sanskritam just to show anybody. Okay. So with that, I thank everybody to be connected, and we meet again in our part 3, and that will be sentence formation, or rather 10 sentences. Shubham Bhavatu, Sarvatah Mangalam Vya. Dhanyavadah.